New York's #1 news. Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Sean Combs is back in jail tonight. His bail denied after a split verdict in his sex trafficking and racketeering trial. Combs acquitted of the most severe charges.
But he was still convicted on lesser charges and still faces time in prison. But the question tonight, how much time?
Eyewitness News reporter Josh Einiger leads our coverage with that dramatic day in court. Josh?
For Sean Combs, this roller coaster of a day is coming to an end in the same place where it began, the same place where he stayed for nearly a year. Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center, where he'll wait for his sentence, far from home. He'd hoped to be back at his $48 million Florida mansion by now, but Sean Combs is instead back here, federal detention in Brooklyn. The judge in his case refusing to grant him bail after Combs' partial acquittal today.
We are not nearly done fighting. We are just getting started.
Defense attorney Mark Agnifilo had his own words turned against him at a post-verdict bail hearing. The judge, deciding if Combs should be allowed to be released pending sentencing, pointed out Agnifilo himself had admitted in closing arguments his client had assaulted ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura. Past violence, the judge reasoned, incompatible with Combs posting bail and rejoining society. Still, Combs' supporters, today was a reason to celebrate. The rap star found not guilty on the more serious charges of racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking.
It's a big blow to the prosecution because the jury has rebuffed their charges.
Combs, so overwhelmed by emotion as the sentence was read, he dropped to his knees in prayer. The jury did convict him on 2 lesser counts of transportation for prostitution, for sourcing male escorts to participate in the so-called freak-offs, in which Ventura and another ex-girlfriend testified they were coerced into participating. The government tried to convince the jury it was all a RICO case, a conspiracy, with Combs allegedly directing underlings to victimize the women for his sexual pleasure.
I was really perplexed when the defense team said that they should send Sean Combs home to his family, because the way he leads his life, even the things that he's admitted to, the things that we've seen with our own eyes, isn't the sort of person who is a role model to their family. And I do hope he gets the help that he needs, but I sort of think that that's probably not going to happen. He'll feel emboldened by this.
It still isn't clear when the court will reconvene for Combs' sentencing, and lesser crime or not, those 2 guilty verdicts he heard today are on quite serious felonies. If sentenced to the max, he could spend the next 2 decades in federal prison. Sade.
Josh, thank you. We've heard descriptions of just about every emotional moment on display in the courtroom. Our Dollar Miles has been there for all of it, including today when Sean Combs' demeanor went from ecstatic after the verdict to panic when the judge denied his bail.
Now, when they started to read the verdict, he did not look up. He still kept his gaze downward, kind of meditating in a spiritual, meditative state of prayer. The first not guilty verdict, yeah, fist pump. Second not guilty verdict, he again pumped his fist. When they got to the third verdict, which was a guilty verdict, he was shocked. You could tell it was a spark that lit in his body because he was very shocked by the guilty verdict. They went on to another not guilty and then to another guilty verdict. And then he was thanking the jurors. He was trying to make eye contact with the jurors to thank them. And then again, when he left the court, his family, he led a moment of prayer. He said, "We're coming home." And everyone left with a state of joy. There was a real sense that Sean Combs might be going home today. So this afternoon, when we got back to the bail hearing, it didn't start until 5 o'clock. And Judge Arun Submarinian went right into his decision. And at one point, Sean Combs raised his hand like he wanted to speak during this argument. He was passing notes as we saw him in trial, passing the Post-it notes, and then he was raising his hand, wanting to speak. That did not happen. Everything calmed down. He was shocked when he was denied bail. He had a shocked look on his face, like blowing his face out. But at the end, he again reassured his family on his way out of court. He said, "Listen, I will see you guys when I get out. I want you to make sure you guys take care of yourself, and it's going to be okay."